Hi, I'm Joel Gilgard with Gilgard Analytics. Thank you for tuning into this YouTube video tutorial. Um, this tutorial is going to cover currencies, and this is from Gilgard Analytics, and we're going to cover the period between 1989 to 2022. So we cover 26 country currencies over a 34-year period, and they're valued against the US dollar index. Um, so the US dollar index is annotated as a basket of currencies against all other countries. That changes over time, so I would just encourage you to go online and search for the USD index to see what it's composed of. These 26 countries then basically make up, and they're equally weighted, the GIE, or the GEI, the Gilgard Equity Index. Now, when you're analyzing currencies, and I haven't, I've been doing this for several years. It's not that I traded currencies, but I used to uh, move money around between different countries when I was younger. How do you measure the performance of a currency? Well, what I have settled on is to look at the currency to see how it's performed over a generation. So it's 34 years. And so here you can see that 26 different countries, currencies that I monitor, and how they've performed vis-a-vis the U.S. dollar index over time. And so there's some currencies that really stand out. You have Switzerland, very, very strong currency. Uh, you also have in Far East, you have Singapore, also have the New Zealand dollar and the Taiwan dollar. They're pretty strong. Likewise, the Thai currency, the baht, has done very well, and so has the Hong Kong dollar. And the US dollar index has done pretty well, actually. So, which countries have done poorly? Well, you have Turkey. Uh, Erdogan has basically gone in a direction all by himself. He managed to do even worse than folks running South Africa, Indonesia, and India. Right. So these are the four currencies that are really poor. Sweden doesn't surprise me. They're an industrial country. They as soon as they run into financial or cyclical difficulties, they devalue their currency. And so the way this matrix is set up is you will have you'll look at currencies from both an adjusted and an unadjusted perspective, and then when the currency index is put together, uh, they're basically compared to their average over the period, which then basically turns into a it evolves around one. And so here are the adjusted currencies. Over there you have them in the true format. So we can let's just go back here and pick on a currency that I'm very familiar with, the Swedish crown. 89. Um, it was at 621. It was very, very strong around here. The Swedish government, they raised interest rates enormously for some years to get their debt situation under control. Um, they had a situation back in 1999. It went almost to 10 crowns. And again, these are data points taken at year end, so you will not see all fluctuations here in 2021. It was basically at 10.52 to the U.S. dollar. And so from an American perspective, right? Back then, you just use the reciprocal, um, and that basically will cost you 9.5 cents U.S. dollars to buy one Swedish crown. Did pretty well here. Went back in 2007, went all the way down to 640, and then it's hovered around 6.5. And lately, in 2023, I think it's even surpassed 11. But if you're speculating in currencies, Sweden goes up and down. They're going to raise interest rates, and this is the typical cyclical business cycle with currencies that the Western world experiences. Ken Fisher describes it very well in some of his books. Now would not be a bad time to buy Swedish currency, as the U.S. government, they pretty much, this is July 28th, 2023. The Federal Reserve has pretty much claimed that they're done raising interest rates for this business cycle. That might change. So the average over the past generation is 7.82 with a standard deviation of 1.7. So right now, the currency is definitely undervalued vis-a-vis the dollar. The U.S. dollar, we looked at that the other day or in a different tutorial covering the Big Mac index, where the U.S. dollar indicates that the Big Mac is like the third most expensive in the world at this point, which is very, very unusual. And so here, this translates the currency into itself vis-a-vis its 34-year average. So when we come over to 20, I apologize for scrolling so quickly here, but it's way below its average. And so this is what makes up the Gilgard currency index here. So the lower this gets, the stronger the US dollar is, the stronger the currencies are. So basically all other currencies, and this is has a lot to do with like Turkey and South America, or not South America, but South Africa and other currencies. Currencies have really lost their value as a group, right? There are individual currencies which have done very, very well. And as I mentioned when we first started out, it's very, very difficult to analyze currencies as a group. This is what they've done, vis-a-vis the US dollar, and that's probably the best way to look at these currencies. I hope you found this tutorial useful, but please let us know if you have questions, comments, or any critiques. Thank you.